You know how sometimes you stumble across an idea that just, well, clicks, makes you see things differently?
Yeah, those aha moments.
Exactly. So today we're doing a deep dive based on this really interesting Hiperverso video transcript.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets into the possibility, kind of a wild one, that hidden riches, think gold, diamonds, that kind of stuff,
Okay.
might actually be within Brazilian cities, not just out in the usual mining areas.
Right. That definitely goes against the grain, doesn't it? We usually picture mines way out, in the countryside, Minas Gerais, places like that.
Precisely. But this video, it suggests maybe that picture isn't complete. Our mission here is to explore that the surprising idea of mineral wealth may be closer than we think and what it means for how you might see your own city.
It's a fascinating concept. The transcript we looked at, it really pushes back on that neat separation between, resource zones and urban zones.
It does. It points out that, okay, yes, Minas Gerais is famous for gold, obviously.
Sure, the classic example.
But the geological processes, the stuff that actually created the gold or diamonds, that happened millions, billions of years ago, right? Long before Brazil even had states or cities.
Exactly. Geology doesn't really care about future property lines or city limits. The conditions for mineral formation could have existed in lots of places.
So the question it raises, and this is for you listening, is could the ground beneath your own feet, beneath your city, hold some of that history, some of those valuable secrets?
And it's plausible, geologically speaking. I mean, think about how old these deposits are.
Right, ancient.
So as cities grew, especially over the last few centuries, it's entirely possible they expanded over areas that way back when had significant mineral potential.
Okay, let's dig into that a bit. The video implies it's not just gold we're talking about. What else? What other sort of hidden treasures might be relevant here?
Well, the transcript specifically calls out diamonds. And emeralds, too, actually, plus other rare stones.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. The history of mining in Brazil wasn't only a gold rush story. People were searching for and finding these other valuable gems in various spots, too.
So this isn't just some romantic fantasy about buried pirate treasure.
No.
The Hiperverso video seems to argue there's a real geological and historical basis for considering this. It really makes you think about all the layers beneath us, all the construction over the years.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Think about early urban development. Digging foundations, building infrastructure.
Yeah.
It's conceivable that some projects, maybe hundreds of years ago, could have disturbed or even briefly uncovered mineral pockets.
Without anyone realizing the significance. Or maybe they did, but it wasn't like a formal mining district, so...
Right. It might not have been documented or pursued in the same organized way. It just got built over.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting for our listeners, I think. The video isn't saying, grab a pickaxe and head downtown.
Definitely not. No downtown São Paulo gold rush, please.
Huh. Right. But it is asking us to shift our perspective a little. We see cities as, totally human creations. Concrete, steel.
Man-made environments.
But they're built on something, on millions of years of geology.
And that geology includes the processes that form valuable minerals. The video just encourages us to consider that maybe those favorable conditions were geographically a bit more widespread than we normally assume.
Okay, so boiling it down, what's the main takeaway? If you're listening to this, what's the key idea to kind of chew on?
I think the core point, drawing directly from that Hiperverso source, is this. Brazil's mining history is super rich and varied: gold, diamonds, emeralds, other stones.
Right.
And because of that long history in the underlying geology, the potential for finding undiscovered mineral resources isn't necessarily confined only to those famous traditional mining areas.
It could theoretically exist right within city limits, too.
It's a possibility worth considering, based on the geology and history.
Wow. It really casts the cities we know in a different light, doesn't it? Makes you wonder about the stories hidden just beneath the pavement.
Absolutely. Beyond just the buildings, there's this whole geological story, often ignored.
Yeah.
And that video source nudges us to think, well, what else might be part of that hidden story? It's not purely about finding treasure, but about, a deeper understanding of the land itself.
So here's something to leave you with. Considering this idea, this potential for undiscovered history, maybe even resources in urban areas, what overlooked geological features or just forgotten stories might hold secrets about your city's past? Something to think about.